Alright guys, I'm back. This is section 3. I changed the background because I thought that yellow was kind of bright. I use that for the knives because you can really focus on the knives, so maybe this neon green wasn't a good choice behind that yellow background. So I'm going with blue. Let's see if that works. Okay guys, this is section 3. You've seen part 1 and 2. Part 1 was rounding off the buckle. Part 2 was weaving this, actually just preparing the bracelet to start the weaving. Nice and tight knots. 2 inner strands nice and short in the middle, about the size of your wrist, and 2 outer strands to go through the buckle itself. Okay, we have our 8-foot strand of paracord, our 8-foot strand, and that's the one that's going to be going around the wrist. Now the reason I use 8 foot, and you will be wasting a little bit, is because depending on who you're making it for, you want to have that, especially if you're fitting it to someone, you want to have that flexibility of being able to make it smaller, bigger, whatever. Actually make it bigger if you need to. It's 8 foot seems to work for me. You do waste a little bit, but hey, that's the paracord game. Alright, we're going to start weaving. There's millions of videos out there on how to weave the paracord. I found this to be the easiest method, and this is the one I'm going to show you guys. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pass the paracord behind. You're going to bring one side over, and this side will go under. You'll take the tip of the other side, and that's going to go through here. So, let's see if you get that. So I'll give you an idea what that's going to look like, and then you tighten it down. And this, the importance of making a nice tight bracelet is to tighten this down as much as you can. It's going to hurt, and you're going to start building calluses the more bracelets you make. But you want it really tight, and you want it really up there. You'll be able to adjust it in the next loops. Okay, so once you've done the first loop, now you have your starting point. Anywhere you see this knot is where you'll be starting. This is where you'll be starting from. So, since the knot is on this side, you'll be looping it this way. I move the whole paracord in this way, loop the other one underneath, and bring it in through here. And then you tighten, and you see how now we've created a little bulge or knot on the other side. It needs to be tight, and you need to pull it up as much as possible. Okay, so now we have the knot on this side. So that's the side we're going to be starting from. You bring it over to this side, bring the other side under, and then through the loop, and you pull it out. You're going to see on YouTube a lot of people have jigs for this. I've actually made a jig myself. Sometimes I think it's easier to do it this way. You don't need any gadgets, you don't need any carabiners pulling this taut. As long as you are putting tension on it after every loop and pulling it as tight as you can, you're going to get this real nice tight weave that looks very, very nice and pretty flat. The last thing you want is to give someone a bracelet that's bulky or that's rough. Anyway, as long as you keep it nice and tight, it's going to look real professional. I guarantee you it's going to rival those $20 bracelets you see at the store. The other variations of this, it's going to be different buckles. They have the steel marine shackle that I see a lot of people wearing. To be honest with you, I prefer this plastic buckle because, as you know, this 550-pound test paracord, being able to hold 550 pounds. Now imagine you getting stuck on something, machinery, the edge of a car that's driving away, you get the point, or jumping off let's say you're trying to jump off of a fence or something and you get caught, well, you're going to be dangling there by your wrist. The good thing about these plastic buckles is that they will give, they will break right here. I guarantee you these buckles are not 550-pound buckles. These are probably I mean, a grown man could probably yank these apart, and someone that's falling and getting stuck on something, these are going to break. These are going to give, guaranteed. What's not going to give is the actual paracord. So you got to be careful of that. When you start using steel buckles with no emergency release or no breakaway, it's going to be a danger. Especially if you're using these for taking these to work, or you know, stuff like that. You got to be mindful of that. As you see, many people, they wear the paracord survival, the paracord neck knives, and they always make a breakaway, because if you get stuck on something, you could choke yourself out. So we're going to keep on weaving this all the way. By the time you maybe weave, I would say maybe 10 of these loops, you're going to want to start measuring the person. I've made many of these, so I kind of get a feel of, you know, looking at someone's wrist size, I can kind of get an idea of how big I have to make it. It doesn't always work, but I kind of get an idea of what female sizes are going to be. And what I'll do is, if I'm going to a family function and people have been asking for the bracelets, I'll fabricate a few and just not finish them off all the way. Leave some extra paracord at the end, and then go ahead and custom measure them. These are a big hit with family members. I really get a lot of enjoyment from seeing people wear these, especially at work. I don't sell them at work, I give them away. And what happens is, when you give stuff away like that, everybody wants one. But not everybody wears them, right? Everyone's going to tell you, yeah, I'm going to wear it all the time, but they don't. Not everybody, the survivor bracelet isn't for everyone. So what I do is I just, if I give something to someone and I see them wearing it, then I'll offer to make them another one. There's a couple of guys at work that actually wear them religiously. So yeah, I'm going to make some different colors for them. And for those guys that keep asking for these crazy colors, and they want, I don't know, those crazy patterns I make with 2 colors, then if I don't see them wearing them, then I'm not going to make it. Or I'll tell them to buy the paracord themselves, and then I'll weave it. And as you know, a paracord can be bought online. The only danger is that you get this color that's not exactly what was on the picture. Or I've done that before, where I bought really cheap paracord. It appeared to be the Rothko kind, and then when you get it, it's this weird material. It's almost like cotton, like a shoelace. And what happens is, when people wear those shoelace type material, it gets really dirty really fast. This nylon, you can it won't shrink too much, and it won't fade. I mean, I've seen people wear this in the sun, in the pool, and this won't fade. Okay, so let's start wrapping it up. Let's say you found the exact size that you want for the bracelet, right? You fitted the person and it fits perfect. Now you're going to want to start running these through and securing the bracelet. Normally what I'll do is I'll take it off, and I'll take the outer strands. Those are the longest strands that we have on the bracelet. You'll run that through. Loop it. You know what, I'll just go to the next video. We're already 8 minutes. Alright,